Yes then YouTube, we are back with another custom tactics video on the channel. But before we get into the video, please drop this video a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So today's video is on the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It's updated and there are going to be gameplay clips as I'm going through the custom tactics video for you. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the custom tactics. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC24 coins, check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at a checkout for 5% off your order. Kolo Muani, and that right there is kind of just how the 4-1-2-1-2 does play in general. They have the cam picking up the ball very close to my two strikers as they split. Kolo Muani with a beautiful step over with the finish. So yes, YouTube, you guessed it. You are going to want to use balanced on the defensive style 100%, especially with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It's really good going forward, but it does struggle ever so slightly defensively. So there are a few things I tweak here and there to make it more solid defensively, and having it on balanced is one of them things. I do as well only use 50 width, so I don't go any more narrow than I would normally go. So sometimes, well, in a lot of my formations, I'm using like 45 width or 40 width and stuff like that, making my team more narrow and compact. I don't really feel like I need to do that with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I kind of want to stop the switches of play happening and people abusing us down the line as much as I can. So because of that, I do just leave it on 50 width. It's actually really good and really effective. So let me know in the comment section down below if you are going to give that a try. The defensive depth, you do have two options though, YouTube. Okay, so option one is the option that I use and I absolutely love. That is, of course, the 71 depth. I think it's very good, very effective and OP. If any of you don't know what the 71 depth does, it kind of just makes our team automatically press and automatically offside trap when we lose the ball. Good tackle. And Diego Carlos right there. That's a really big advantage of the 71 defensive depth there. The fact how high my defense is a very key asset. Again, that 71 depth with my defenders winning the ball up high up the pitch. My CDM that time. And again, you see how high up the pitch my defense is with that 71 depth. So important and so needed. If that is too high for you, because some of you won't be interested in that at all, and if you are one of them people, fair play to you, because trust me, 71 depth is so OP. I was actually kind of like blown away how OP it is. But if you don't want to use the 71 depth, or you are on old gem, I would recommend 55 depth. That's something that I use in a lot of my formations if I'm not using 71 depth, or if I'm playing on old gem. I like the 55 depth. I want to be a little bit more aggressive than the preset 50, but I kind of don't want to be completely YOLO like a 65 or a 70 if we're not using the automatic press and the automatic offside trap. But for me, I'm using 71 depth at the moment. The offense, of course, is balanced and direct passing. I'm not going to go into any detail in that, YouTube. I don't get what I can use other than that. Everything that I try other than balance and direct passing just doesn't hit the same. It's just not as good. For me personally anyway, when I use something that isn't balanced and direct passing, I almost struggle to create opportunities with it. It's so needed. Anyone else that doesn't use it, let me know in the comment section actually down below. What do you use if it isn't balanced and direct passing? Let me know. The offensive width is 50. I just don't really feel like I want to make it any more narrow or any more wider than it already is in the preset default 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It is quite a narrow formation anyway, so I don't want to make it more narrow because then our opponent can kind of defend against us a little bit easier. But at the same time, I don't want to make it any wider because the advantage of playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is the fact that it is narrow, right? So you kind of don't want to go too much either way, left or the right, so I just keep it at 50. It does the absolute bread and butter. Players in the box, yes, you guessed it, 7. The way that I look at that, YouTube, more players in the box, more likely we are to score a goal. It really, honestly, it is just that simple. It's so simple, yet so effective. I'm kind of blown away at the amount of people that don't use 7 players in the box. It's so needed. More players in the box. My spreadsheet and my data back it up. More players that we have in the box, the more goals we score. It's that simple. 2 corners and 2 free kicks like so. So custom tactics done. Let's get into the player instructions. So your 2 strikers, they are on exactly the same with pretty much every formation that I've been using this year. Stay central and get in behind. I don't want my strikers venturing out from the width of the 18-yard box at all. I kind of want them in there to create opportunities and score goals. Beautiful ball, and that ball right there is because my striker is on getting behind. Having a striker on getting behind, so needed. And there again, Kolo Muani making that run in behind. It's so important having your 2 strikers on getting behind. It's so key. So needed on this FIFA. And you see the striker making that run because he's on getting behind again. It's so important, the striker being on stay central and getting behind. Super effective and super OP. And with the getting behind, I want them making runs in behind. But even if I then don't play the ball into the strikers as they're making the runs in behind, that then does create a nice bit of gap and a bit of space for that cam and that number 10 to operate in. So let's get on to the cam. Come back on defence and get into the box for cross. So the cam, when he's on comeback on defence, well, it is he, yeah, Danjuma. When Danjuma is on comeback on defence, so as you will see straight away, because my cam is on getting to the box for cross, you see that my cam made that little bit of run forward there. That's because he is on getting to the box for cross. And you see there, that is how we're defending in a 4-4-2. Danjuma's pushing to the left-hand side, obviously my cam, because he's on comeback on defence and getting to the box for cross. But then when we get the ball, he pushes straight up into that cam position. So it is very effective and very OP. He will either go to left midfield or right midfield of a 4-4-2 when we don't have the ball. But then when we get the ball, he will push straight back up into that cam position. Kind of very OP and very effective, actually. It's kind of really needed. It makes us a little bit more defensively solid in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. But if you don't want to use that and you don't want your cam to defend in the left midfield or right midfield of a 4-4-2, leave him just on stay forward, so he will stay there in that cam position of the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. The get into the box for cross, very easy. I want him in the box. Like I said, with the players in the box and the custom tactics, the more players that we have in the box, the more goals we score. Nice and easy. Both my left centre mid and my right centre mid are on exactly the same set, player instructions. So the only thing I put on them is cover centre. So my right centre midfielder, just cover centre. And that is exactly the same on my left centre midfielder as well, cover centre. So they will get forward, but they won't completely YOLO it either. They won't be right up there next to my strikers, but they will push forward ever so slightly. My CDM, very simple there. Stay back while attacking and cover centre. I want him playing that Rodri role for Man City. I want him playing that Boubacar Kamara role for Aston Villa up the Unai Emery. I want him to be that CDM. I don't really want him venturing forward. I want him to protect the back four. That pretty much is his job. Jude Bellingham again being on cover centre. Stay back while attacking, intercepting that ball beautifully. These are little things that you need to have on. The right back and the left back are pretty self-explanatory. Stay back while attacking. I don't attack with my left back and my right back at all. And then my goalkeeper is on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there is my updated 4-1-2-1-2 custom tactics video for you guys. If you did enjoy this video with the gameplay clips in it, please drop it a like for me. Drop a comment down below and please hit that subscribe button to my channel. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive male attitude. Peace out. One love.